couple episodes ago, I talked about going to a bachelor party.
Oh, yeah.
I'm close with a lot of these guys. Some are I would consider my best friends. Had a great time with them. Fashion-wise, I wouldn't say it's up there with like the Met Gala, right? But I think a lot of guys can do better. I think they know that they can do better.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is that we discussed it. We talked about fashion, which was good.
Okay.
So they're asking questions. A lot of them were asking, like, we're going to a steakhouse. Should I wear a jacket? Like, sure. The good thing is that we've opened up a discussion with men talking about fashion, or at least my friends and us. Yeah, the show, because they reference the show. They would say some of them are listening, which is awesome. So I think we should pat ourselves on the back a little bit, and if we're making a difference, great. But the biggest thing is that we want guys to think about what they're wearing on a daily basis. And I think we're doing that.
That's good for you, because the people that I talk to listen, they're girls and people part of the queer community, and they go, your guys' advice sucks.
Well, okay. So that would be, unfortunately, maybe the show's not for them, So we are cutting off.
Listen, hey,
60%.
This is for everybody. For everyone.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I will say, when I listen to this show, and I do listen to a lot of podcasts on a daily basis, and to get through them, I go hyperspeed, like 1.75 on a lot of them. We sound really good on like a 1.25, 1.5. So people out there, just saying, if you really want us at our best, just speed us up a little bit.
Should I just start doing that?
No. Because then when I listen to it, it'll be like really, blah, blah, blah. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's a fine idea, but it still doesn't make our shitty advice any better.
That's a good, yeah. So we got to work on the advice part of the show. Okay.
Let's get into it.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Manly Things.
Sort of.
Podcast where we're talking men's fashion. And this week we're talking Coachella.
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things,
you just mentioned about
everything in between.
Giving some advice on how to pack.
No, we're gonna break it all down for you. This is one of those episodes where we're kind of bullshit a little bit. So sit tight. And my name is Evan Simonich, celebrity menswear stylist. Sally John to my left here.
My name is Sally John, and I'm working with a sommelier to figure out what wine goes with the best potato, like prepared potato.
I like that.
Tater tot, French fry.
This belongs in Idaho, your job in Idaho.
Oh, that's so true.
Which is why you're wearing the cowboy hat.
There's no wine in California. What? In Idaho?
Yeah, there's no wine up there.
Too bad.
That's okay. So yeah, like I said, today we're talking about Coachella. We're going to talk about, sometimes we see celebrities. A lot of times we see celebrities on the red carpet. I wanted to show some paparazzi images and kind of see what they were on a daily basis, which I think would be a lot of fun. Before we get to that stuff, Sally, I wanted to talk about what you're wearing today.
Well, first,
you have a lot of different things going on here.
You brought up a really important thing, Coachella, and I know you just want to glaze over it because we're a fashion podcast, but right. I want to bring up some history and I have some questions to ask you about
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
But for today's show, I'm wearing my don't look at the bottom because my little white tiny chicken legs are sticking out.
You do have tiny chicken legs, yeah.
Platform Crocs, Issey Miyake harem pants. This is Ralph Lauren. Yeah. This is a hat.
A Stetson hat, right?
A Stetson hat.
Beautiful one. It looks good on them, yeah. Are those actual Crocs?
Yeah. They're not the Balenciaga ones.
No, but so Crocs sells platform Crocs.
Yeah, cool. Only as of recently. Crocs is doing some crazy stuff.
This is probably the best year Crocs has had, according
to Crocs.com. Get ready for
Crocs.com.
Crocs Runway 2026.
Get out.
Spring, summer, baby.
I thought you were wearing the hat. You're ready for the Beyonce shows here next week.
Did you see her Levi's campaign?
The commercial, yeah.
No, the photos.
I don't know
the photo.
Oh
my God, she's
really good.
Slamming, dude.
Yeah, she's on top of the world.
Oh. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Gucci t-shirt. I feel like I'm a cream popsicle, or no, it was cream. So stay away from the
creamsicle.
Cream. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Cream, yeah, the whole cream thing. Tacovas, Carhartts.
Bunch of white things.
It's one of those. This is one of those I'm going to going to my construction job, but I'm wearing a cool Gucci shirt.
Do you want to know something funny?
Go ahead.
You're wearing like warm orange tones.
Yeah.
I'm wearing green tones. You know what this reminds me of? Two things.
I was gonna say something about Wicked, but probably not Wicked.
No. Oranges, like a creamsicle,
Sure.
oranges because orange, and then I'm the stem. And then two, the music video for Juggernaut by Tyler, the Creator,
Dude,
opens.
you're on one with Tyler, the Creator right now, huh?
I'll never be off one.
Okay. I'm sorry
I'm
about that.
always dick
Sorry,
riding
okay.
that boy. The opening of Juggernaut is Tyler, the Creator, wearing like this beautiful blue, like golfer's look
Mhm.
in a citrus field. And if only we had Tyler, the Creator, here wearing
The blue.
light blue, that would be such a beautiful color
I like
palette.
that. I like
But
that.
us together, I mean, it's
It's fine. We'll do.
fine, I
Yeah,
guess.
okay. So yeah, I say we get into the Coachella talk. Have you ever been to Coachella?
I was going to ask you the same. No, have you?
No, I've been to Stagecoach though.
Oh,
So basically the
God.
same thing.
you know,
Stagecoach
Diplo does
10.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
he's a big.
Didn't he make it? No.
Oh no, he does. He holds like a huge dance disco like DJ night. Like
That's
on
right.
a Saturday night or something like that.
Yeah.
But I would say I highly recommend Stagecoach if you are any interested in country music whatsoever. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievably hot. It is like it's like 110 degrees, especially if you're just only drinking beer. It's an issue, but it is such a great time. It's not as crowded as Coachella. It is getting more popular, but I highly recommend Stagecoach.
For those of you who don't know what Coachella is, it's called the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, sometimes known as Coachella. It's an annual music and arts festival held at Empire Polo Club in Indio, California, in the Coachella Valley of the Colorado Desert. What the fuck are you talking
It's about
about?
2.5 hours away from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Just past Palm Springs.
Anyway, it's a concert that started in 1999. The 93 one was in Colorado. This one
Oh,
is
interesting.
the
Oh, okay.
99. Okay.
There's a really good documentary on YouTube about the making of the first and like the whole making of the Coachella festival. I highly recommend it. Really good one.
I think Wikipedia is wrong. I just read that off of Wikipedia and it's saying that it was in Colorado. I think it was in Colorado. Anyway, I have a question for you just so we can sort of warm up and get an icebreaker into.
Please.
What is your dream like 3-day headliner? Who are your top
that's
three
a very
artists?
good question.
Take your time.
Man. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
I feel like this is gonna piss some country people off, but I really do like Zach Bryan. I know that a lot of people aren't really on him. I would think it would either be a Zach Bryan or Morgan Wallen on the Friday night. Get the energy really. I mean, Zach's probably not gonna get the energy up. Let's say Morgan Wallen. Okay, on Friday night, Saturday night we go Kings of Leon. Okay, and then Sunday night I would have to go with. Man, I'm going. Oh, Bad Bunny.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like a country,
Very eclectic.
alternative, and then let's like throw some like R&B, some Latin, some more like dancey, vibey stuff. Yeah, and maybe the XX. If we can get like the XX back, that'd be a really cool one too. But yeah,
They released an album recently.
the XX.
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
Okay.
Oh,
I think you're right. It was
Jamie
Jamie
XX.
XX.
Yeah. Okay.
I am so
No,
dumb
you're
today.
so close. What would your 3 headliner be?
Night 1 would be Luther Vandross.
Whoa. Okay.
Night 2 would be Merzbow.
Okay. Great.
And night 3 would be.
Do you want to explain Merzbow real quick?
Sure, I'll play a clip.
Merzbow.
Maybe explain both of them. Just for
Well, yeah,
For
Luther
the people who don't
Vandross,
know.
obviously the greatest R&B singer of all time.
True.
I literally can't even listen to the first 15 seconds of Dance with My Father without breaking down and having like the most existential moment of my life. This is Merzbow. There's really no explanation.
Are you is it so metal or is it just sounds?
Noise.
Noise. Okay.
I think night 3, I want some original David Cornsweet music.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's got like a 15-minute set.
You know what? Yeah, true. on like the little jazz piano kind of situation.
Something like that.
I was gonna say, because when I was trying to get him, like when he would come over for fittings, I would say, hey, like, what do you want to listen to, like Drake or whatever? And he's like, well, I just like big band music. And I was like, well, honestly, what kind of music do you listen to? He's like, well, my friend Sally, I really like his stuff. So I was thinking like you were gonna say, I want to headline night 3.
It was a thought, but I'd rather give him. He doesn't really have that much opportunity.
No, but do you have enough music to put like together an hour set?
Yeah, absolutely.
No way. Okay, cool.
Are you kidding me? I have like 3 albums on the back burner that I just
Why don't we get you a night? Why don't you let's get you a night at the Roxy, and do a performance situation.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay, speaking of influencers,
right? Do you know that there are like multi-tier levels of tickets, and like you think that when you go to a festival or a concert, artist passes are artist passes. They're something that like, yeah, I guess you may buy into, but if you're not an artist, you're not going to get an artist pass. You kind of like have to have credentials.
Yeah.
Apparently, in 2025 at Coachella, you can just buy an artist pass, and it automatically gives you security. It gives you everything that you need to be a D or C lister at Coachella.
It basically just gets you behind where the general public can't go.
Right. Then there's like VIP where you can go into this section and there's a bar, but now everybody can afford that, and now VIP is overfilled. And then there's just general admission. However, I recently stumbled across this video by none other than the worst person in the world, James Charles.
Okay, James Charles.
Do you know anything about him?
I have never heard of James Charles.
So James Charles is a makeup guru who had like 2 or 3 makeup companies that didn't do well, and now they don't exist.
Okay. But he still has a strong following. Should we start? Let's play the video.
Let's just get into it because he has a lot to say about this year's Coachella.
Why can't we hear anything? Whoa, that's a lot of makeup already. Hold on. His face totally changed.
And I'm gonna be real with you, I filmed it, but I did spend almost the entire video complaining about different things that they changed at the festival this year. And when I watched it back, and when I saw your guys' comments on the video I posted yesterday morning, watching this from District 12 where influencers are so out of touch, I just deleted it. I do know that a lot of you guys really love my Coachella vlogs and behind the scenes content every single year because you want to see what the festival is actually like instead of the glorified version that social media shows you. So I will still try to briefly summarize.
Dude, how much makeup is this guy putting on?
A lot of times when you guys see your favorite
Just you
influencers
wait.
at Coachella, they are here on a brand deal. So the brand will pay for their pass, their hotel or Airbnb, security, a driver, and then in exchange, the influencer has to do branded content. Now, the last time that I accepted a brand deal at Coachella was Sugar Bear Hair.
Sugar Bear Hair is like a supplement company a few years ago. His former best friend and mentor, Tati Westbrook, had also a supplement company.
Female?
And James was so desperate in like 2017 or 2018 to get security at Coachella that Sugar Bear Hair was like, oh my God, we can totally help you if you post about us 3 times on your story. So he did it. And then Tati, his mentor, was like, dude, are you joking? So then it caused something called, what was it called? Dramageddon on YouTube.
Tati was mad that he asked for security, or that they were going to do all this
he
stuff.
promoted a supplement company that wasn't Tati's
that makes sense.
supplement
Okay.
company.
I got you.
What's the biggest beef you've ever imagined in like the rap world?
Like the Kendrick and the Drake stuff.
Exactly.
It's that, but for the makeup.
With claws. It's that with claws.
That's
It was
a great
no joke. No joke.
Then they were just at each other's throats with everything. Okay. Tati.
Do your history if you know nothing about
Tati's
it. All
a
right.
girl.
Of course, yeah.
Politely declined any Coachella brand deals, which is totally fine.
do you
but
think
that
he
does
would
mean
honestly
every year I
need
have to pay for
security?
my own artist passes for myself and my
Yes,
team,
probably.
and they are really
attention.
expensive. I do it every year though, and I don't complain because I know that I'm blessed to be able to afford it, and the whole point of buying this pass is for convenience, privacy, and safety most importantly. For some reason, they made a ton of changes this year that literally remove all of those things. For example, I spend majority of my time in the VIP section. That is where the bar is, that is where the food is, that's where a lot of my friends are, and that's also where a lot of you guys are as well.
The VIP, there are no lines at the bar, so that does help with the VIP thing.
Thank you for your love and support. However, sometimes by the end of the night, my social battery is a little bit drained, and you guys know I don't drink, but a lot of you do.
I feel
which
bad
is
for him
fine until
that he
it's
doesn't
not.
drink.
I know a lot of you guys grew up
yeah,
with me,
I know.
and you feel like you know me from watching my content online.
You think that he
I
does?
love that we have that sort
He's
of
on
connection
Adderall or
together.
something.
But sometimes people can get a little bit crazy, especially when the drinks start flowing. So it's nice to be able to quickly escape to the artist section for a bit of a break and some privacy. Like on Friday night, I had just
Wow,
walked
look at
into
the
artist
eyebrows.
section and some
Look at
drunk
that.
girlie sprints up to me, squishes my face like this, and goes, "You look like James Charles," and then starts picking off the pearls from my face. I literally had to grab her hand and shove her off. And then last night at Charlie XCX,
Shove her
in the
off.
artist crowd, some guy comes up
It's like a
behind
John
me,
Mulaney bit.
grabs my waist, spins me around, and tries to make out with me. And he was fucking ugly. Situations like that are never appropriate. I've just been a few too many
But if he was
things
good
this year that
looking,
made me feel
it would've been
not
okay.
comfortable, not private, and definitely not safe, which is the entire point of this pass. The best analogy I can think of is if you bought
These are the kind of people that go
Yeah.
to Coachella. Therefore, we're not gonna we're gonna go over fashion that we've seen and like particularly celebrity fashion. I think
Yeah,
you
yeah.
picked out a few, but man, the fashion this year is quite disappointing. And I think honestly, it goes on brand with what's going on at Coachella.
Yeah.
People are crashing out. People are losing their minds. Lord performed,
Yeah,
and
hold
she never does that.
Do you want to? Let's start out with Lord. You pulled out. I'm exhausted from that guy's video. Just
I
like,
know.
that is so.
Don't look up
much.
any allegations against him. They're weird.
Yeah, we don't condone any of his previous behavior, obviously, from my understanding. Okay, so Lord, Lord performed with Charlie XCX.
Have you heard of Charlie's Angels?
No, so but I'm
Troye
assuming it's-
Sivan, Billie Eilish, Lord.
and they all showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all are on the remix album of Brat. Stream it on Spotify, Apple.
Wait,
anywhere you-
isn't like Brat the whole Brat? Was it Brat Summer for a little bit?
Right, and it
Is
still
that
is
over?
because at the end of this performance, she did this like visual ode to Brat Summer, and it was like, I don't want it to be over ever, and then blackout, and something big is about to happen for Weekend 2. I think she's gonna put out something else.
Well, I hope so. The whole Brat thing, I think, ended when didn't Kamala.
Brat
Didn't Kamala Harris
never
was
ended.
all for it, and then she didn't win the presidency. And so, like, I think that should all be.
Yikes, dude! Frank Ocean is is apparently putting out an album.
Well, that's good.
There's 2 billboards on the way to Coachella Valley.
Wow.
That
Okay, I'm all
say
for that.
Kiki Boy. And
All for Frank Ocean.
do you know Frank Ocean creates like burner accounts on Instagram to share demos to his friends? They're like private. Kiki Boy with 5 Ys is his new burner account.
Okay. That's like deep internet stuff. How are you finding this stuff out?
I'm deep in the internet.
Deep
What do you
internet.
expect?
Okay. Okay. So Lord here.
Wearing just a casual gray t-shirt, a body chain, but worn as like a sash. You
interesting.
can't
Yeah, I
see
see
it, but it is not good.
I think this is her version of like the whole Brat thing.
Well, no, what it is it's the complete opposite of her last album, which was called Solar Power, I think.
Okay.
Which is her wearing like sundresses and she's
Yeah, yeah.
blonde and
So-
girly.
oh,
So this is,
interesting.
I think, the complete opposite, and also hopefully a hint at what we're about to get from Lord.
Okay.
What I really want to point out, which you can't necessarily see in this image, but her pants are entirely 3M. reflective.
Entirely- Oh, cool. I
And-
like that.
They're not. They didn't show up during the concert, nor did they really show up in like these photos because the flash wasn't
Yeah.
intense enough. But there are some backstage photos of her, and they're
So
glowing.
yeah. So like, I'm sure when the flash goes, it's just like super reflective. That's stuff.
3M is fabric. It's I think it was designing like the 60s, 70s, or 80s, one of those 3 decades.
For
And it's
construction.
primarily used for like safety
Yeah,
and
yeah.
construction and stuff like that. It's just a very
But did you
high
say
visibly.
Did you say it was
reflective.
helmet Lang though? That
No,
created-
because I was mistaken. Helmet Lang does the liquid pants.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen those? They're sick. They're probably, I mean, they're either custom or they're some
Oh, interesting.
normal brand.
Okay. Yeah. I did like what she used to wear back in the day. So interesting path that she's choosing here. Okay, so we're gonna go through some women's wear daily. Basically, a photographer gets the job to go through Coachella and take pictures of people. I'm sure these people are walking around enjoying themselves, and all they want is to get someone to ask them, "Hey, do you mind if I take your picture?" This happens a lot in like New York Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, all the fashion weeks around the world. People showing up to these shows, just praying for people to take a picture of them.
Can I tell a quick anecdotal story
please,
about that?
Yeah.
I used to know a kid named Chris Lavish, NYC Lavish on Instagram.
What's up, Chris?
He, for years and years and years, would just go to every single show that he could in New York Fashion Week, wearing.
But would he go to the show?
No, he would just like stand outside.
Yeah.
And he would post up and just go where he knew to go.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, and he's a really cool looking guy. He's got tons of he's covered in tattoos, and he wears like Rick Owens kinds of things, like gothy, opium style clothes. And eventually, I think it takes 10 years to break a band, and within a decade, this guy had like a massive social media following, and now he gets invited to like tons of shows
because he just started. He was showing up.
He was showing up. He was showing faces, and then people started going, "He's kind of cool. Let's give him some stuff and bring him into the show." So
That's
shout
awesome.
out Chris Lavish.
I'm all for that.
But yeah, it's true. This is these guys'
This is all they wanted. This is all they wanted. So we're gonna start out with obviously very interesting outfit here.
I love this.
It
reminds me of like Paris Hilton circa 2005.
Well, that's kind of where we are with like the whole 90s streetwear.
Y2K?
Yeah, coming back, right?
What's only thing that's missing is a tiny little Pomeranian or a little Chihuahua.
Yeah. Well, I kept on seeing pictures of Paris Hilton DJing at some of like the after hours night stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm a huge fan of Paris Hilton.
I'm full of anecdotes today. I went to the same DJ school as Paris Hilton in 2013, 14.
Fascinating. So you
Shout
can
out Dubspot. They don't exist anymore.
So you can go up there behind the ones and twos and actually like play a song off of one and easily transition into the next one.
Vinyl and digital, baby.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. Hire Sally for your next wedding, bar mitzvah, all those things.
Give me like 6 months to practice and then I'll be there.
Yeah. Here's a good one. If anything, so again, like I said, it's 900 degrees out there. I did hear it was over 100 degrees. So you have to think about these people really sacrificing themselves to wear these outfits.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be sweating. You're going to be obviously dehydrated, walking around a ton. So you have to think of comfort a little bit, but I'm seeing a lot of cowboy boots for this. And like that first weekend of Coachella, the grass is really green. Stagecoach is 2 weeks after this, and it's dead. Like it is dirt. And so
there's tens of hundreds of thousands of people.
Going through here, yeah. I like this outfit. So obviously he needs some face covering for just the heat and the sun.
It looks like is it a chrome hearts?
It looks like something, huh?
Maybe
it looks like a
not.
little bandana shirt. I dig the pants. The pants almost look a little Margiela-ish, and then the boots. I've seen like obviously the jeans tucked into the boot. I've never seen the jeans rolled all the way up to the knee, showing skin, and then the boots.
I think it looks so sick. Also, his boots have shearling lining.
I think if that goes all the way down to the foot, homie's sweating.
But in my opinion, this guy and possibly the guy next to him are best dressed.
Yeah, I agree.
This guy, what he's doing is style.
True.
He did it all by himself, and
because he's never seen these things before. So he's doing those little idiosyncrasies like to be like an individual, you know. I agree. These next two people that we're going to show you, I think, are by far the best. However, this all black look, which is dope, has got to be so hot.
Burning up.
So hot. Black cowboy hat, black bandana.
Looks like a black leather cowboy hat.
It does look like a black leather. The black bandana. The bandanas are necessary because, I mean, maybe not necessary for day one, but like by day 3, you are breathing in a lot of like dirt and sand. So that does help with covering up the mask.
Oh, I was just thinking that they were going to bring them to James Charles to make sure his makeup wasn't running.
Right, exactly. Make sure the contouring is all good. Definitely has the bag for the crossbody bag for the wallet and the phone, black jeans, and what looks like could be Doc Martens. So yeah, a good look there. Has got to be sweating. And of course, throwing up the peace sign. So this look to me makes all the sense in the world. A very loose fitting, just button up short sleeve shirt, almost like a linen-y, oversized trouser, and then a hat just to obviously keep the sun out. But overall looks good. It looks almost he has like a bucket of chicken in the right hand too. Yeah.
And by the way, the polo is a super loose knit. You can see right through it.
Right.
So,
So like in LA, I feel like if you're wearing that, like a wife pleaser underneath it would be good. But for this desert, like something like this,
no shame.
Yeah. I would even have it open.
What do you think that linen is a good thing to wear during
100%.
hot weather?
Yeah.
Do you know I've never owned anything linen?
Oh, we've got some linen stuff in here that I can. That should be fun.
You know what? Something fun for an offsite that we could do is a heat test.
Ooh.
I wear like 5 different fabric pants: polyester, cotton, linen,
and see how well you
3M,
do
and
with,
leather,
yeah,
and see which one I'm the hottest in.
I like that idea. You walk into the same restaurant in every time
Jesus
different outfits and see if how much you're sweating.
Right.
I like that idea. Yeah. So no, this all makes sense. The only thing with linen, especially with like a white linen, that I get worried about if I'm going to put someone in a white linen is like the underwear you're wearing underneath it, and then you're just like you're almost seeing everything. Everything's like super floppy down there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, it's Coachella. What do you expect?
Man. You gotta let it ride.
If you yourself went to Coachella this year, we want to see what you wore, because these guys were impressive, but I'm sure what you wore was even more impressive. So send us an email at info@manlythingspod.com and we'll pull it up on the next couple of shows and review what you wore. Also, any day casual things that you wear, send it to us. We're happy to look and give some advice, even though in the beginning I said it was pretty shitty.
No, it's okay. Weekend 2 for Coachella is coming up. So if you are planning on going, please send us your stuff. And then you have Stagecoach. I would love to see what you guys are wearing to Stagecoach. So please, if you are going, send us what you are wearing. Before we go into Benson Boone. So I do want to talk about a couple. Now we're going to get into
Benson butt.
we're going to talk about some of these celebrity stuff that have been going on. I'm personally going through custom stuff for David and getting him ready for the Superman tour. Eventually, after the tour's over, we'll talk more about the process of it all. But it's been fun talking to brands and then getting some sketches of David in these garments that we're planning on wearing.
Whoa.
And so to see Dolce & Gabbana work with Benson Boone and his stylist Monty Jackson on these looks for Coachella, and they've done this before with Grammys and I think his tour stuff as well, is cool to see it on paper as an image. And I think it's got to be AI, I would assume now, right?
No. Are you joking?
Come on.
I'm sorry. There are some industries that just will never go to AI.
I think
that is not an AI image.
Okay.
That
Sure.
is totally drawn, scanned, emailed, and lift up your mic, dumbass.
No, man. I think AI has got some play in this. Either way, it doesn't matter. Seeing it on the paper and then having it go into real life and having him wear it is actually, I think, is a really cool process because you see like minor changes, but you also, like on this one, I'm not seeing anything. This is the actual look that he wore for the majority of the show, and it's a full one-piece bodysuit. He's been doing this whole Freddie Mercury vibe for a while now, and you are rolling your eyes.
Emoji. Oh my God.
Okay, so talk to me about Benson Boone. Like, how come you're not a huge fan of it?
Freddie Mercury didn't know how to backflip, so like,
So
the fuck is
like
that shit?
Yeah. Okay.
Second, I don't like. It's 2025, and I really don't want to see a young guy's moose knuckle every single time he performs.
We're seeing a lot of
I'm
it.
seeing like pee to the left, right nutsack, and it is just, man.
Okay.
No thanks. However, they made fun of it on SNL, and it was really funny.
Oh, did they? They did a sketch on it?
Super
Okay.
funny.
Good to know.
I'll just add in that it's really hard to take anybody seriously that backflips all over the stage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just can't handle the flipping.
It's constant.
It's like a gimmick at this
Yeah.
point.
I think.
It's what people wait for.
Yeah, his
They're not even
backflips.
listening to him sing anymore.
I think the guy can sing anyone out the room. Like I
So
think he's
can
got an unbelievable voice. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Uh,
So it is really cool to see from paper into real life. It reminds me of Project Runway. Which also reminds me, did you know that
Huge fan, Project Runway.
Project Runway had a kids show for like 2 seasons?
They had kids do it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but these kids were actually really good.
They were great, but the judging was like, hey, honey, like, you can do better next time if you do it this way. And they're like, I'm 8 and I don't understand anything constructive.
Right. That'd be a really walk them a little bit, but
what are you getting custom for David? I mean,
well, not
is he going to be wearing things like this?
No, but like he's a bigger guy, and so going to these brands, and we've had time, and we have a good idea of where this press tour is going. So it's talking to brands, and being like, hey, for this spot, what do you think about making custom for him? Because unfortunately, when I request for him, and since he's such a bigger guy, we get a lot of no's because he's not sample size, right? So if I'm getting it ahead of it and we have enough time, brands are custom making a lot of stuff for premieres. Yeah.
I was doing a football movie, which means you're going to be even bigger than Superman.
Trust me, dude,
Jesus
I know.
Christ, long way.
So to see this all come to life, I think is a lot of fun. Benson, man, I appreciate you, dude. I know these guys are shitting on you, but
I don't.
Eventually, we're gonna have Monty Jackson on here, and I want you to say that straight to his face, okay? Here's another one. So, but I will say, like,
this is kind of sick.
See, I didn't think the other one was all that great, but even this one, it's
You're
just
funny.
so like, it's just really costumey. Like, I'm trying to figure out where it's all going because it's all been done. Essentially, like he wants to be Freddie Mercury, right?
Both of these are odes to Freddie Mercury.
Okay,
obviously,
but where's his personality? Where's his personal style coming from? Like,
exactly.
Where are we going with it?
That's what I'm saying, and I'll say it to Monty's face.
Yeah.
Dog, where's the personality? It's the same thing with music right now. Mm-hmm. We only are digesting what's familiar because there's so much media for us to digest that the only thing that feels comfortable to retain is the thing that's familiar, and it makes you go, oh my God, that makes me think of this. This obviously makes me think of like Freddie Mercury obviously wore a marching band costume at some point, and everyone's don't get me started on this guy.
No, I
thought we were done with one image, and now you're bringing up a second. But I do like this one. I like the blue, and I like the style of that top piece.
It's interesting. Yeah,
it's a sexy marching band costume. What is that? Cape,
I think he walked out with the full cape. I'm getting like Elton John vibes with this. It looks like from Hamilton what the king wore walking out. But how about that view? Can you think about like the energy that someone's feeling when they're on stage and you have that many people yelling and screaming for you? It's got to be one of the best feelings in the world, don't you think?
Either that, or it would make everything in my intestines turn liquid, and I would just.
Right, and that's why I think it takes
over.
a different kind of person to be able to perform and give it their all. But people like feed off of that stuff.
Oh, we have another Dolce Gabbana custom look.
So now we're moving off of Coachella. Thank you, Coachella. We'll see you at weekend
Coachella.
Too. So Dolce Gabbana. I like the fact that Dolce Gabbana is releasing some of these pictures of the custom stuff because they're pretty good from the image to the actual execution. This one I feel like is a little slightly off. So we have. Michael B. Jordan promoting Sinners, and this was just the most recent premiere. He is in a Dolce & Gabbana suit. Man, it's a tough. I wouldn't even consider like a single-breasted or double-breasted. It's as if a double-breasted suit was completely closed, right? Because you can see even the lapels are still angled out. So from the image that's the drawing, it's black with red pinstripes. When you look at Michael B. Jordan, it almost looks navy with red pinstripes, right? And I think the fit on the image is a little bit better than the fit for the actual, right? Because if you look at Michael B. Jordan's shoulders, it doesn't look like it looks like it's almost a little too small.
Clearly, this is a huge miss on Dolce & Gabbana and whoever actually made this custom because that illustration is
perfect,
unbelievable. Sick. The tailoring, it's over exaggerated, and it's a shame that it didn't translate to real life. Like it doesn't fit at all.
No.
The shoulders are his right shoulder.
His right shoulder is
what
like
is
way
happening
off.
with
That's
that?
honestly what I'm a little worried about with David. I keep on telling the people that we've given sizes to, we've done fittings with. I'm like, just make sure, if you go on by numbers, just go over a little bit. Give us a little space so we can tailor it down, because I'm worried about things just being too small and just not being wearable. And like this, and no offense to his stylist and Michael B and all that, I probably wouldn't allow him to go out.
No way. Yeah. It looks like a pajama set from Lunia
But
Lago.
I genuinely love the idea. I wish it was a little bit better executed on the Dolce Gabbana part, and we don't mean to shit all over on that stuff. But
I did. The black and red would have been way
the black
sicker.
one would have been really, really, really cool. So that's the interesting part. That's also the scary part, is like when you see the picture drawn, you just gotta hope they execute it. Man.
You never know what to expect when you order a custom piece.
Yeah.
Because it's up to one person and one person alone, and it's not you.
Right. And that's why I always tell people, because people have asked, like, oh, what do you think about me going to, like, somewhere in Asia or somewhere and getting custom suits made? And I'm like, it's worth it, but like, why not? If you're gonna spend that much money, or even here in LA, just go to a designer and get it tailored down. Like these one of one pieces, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. Go to stores and actually buy them and have people tailor it for you, please.
I was in India when I was 18.
Yeah.
And I got a suit tailored for me at a tailor.
Yeah.
And I'm a bigger dude, so and they had no fucking clue what to do with me.
Yeah.
So they took my measurements and they made the suit, but the problem was both breasts were just enormous.
Okay.
So they just went all the way down, and nothing really fit me right because they didn't quite understand my sizing.
Yeah.
And I think that might have just been, I don't know how many, 280-pound dudes they get walking into their
Especially in India.
shop.
Yeah.
But
Especially in
still.
India, where they eat the most pure food ever.
Yeah.
We were just talking about processed food. I love processed food. It's true. There are so many different body types. I mean, I guess in Hollywood, but in real life, that how could it be possible for one person to create a custom for another person?
Yeah.
It seems like such a much more finer, detailed process, which I think I agree with you. Go to a designer and get one of their like ready-made. There's a place called Nick Fouquet.
Yeah.
They have just like canvas
Oh, interesting.
that they'll make something for you. I mean, not canvas, but pre-made.
Material,
What are they called?
Like a material, or is it like a piece of clothing?
Muslin.
Muslin. Interesting.
And they'll pin you up and tailor you, and then they'll use that as their.
Yeah.
I'm losing my technical design lingo.
I know. Yeah, it's okay.
Not samples.
We got to bring back Project Runway for you.
God, please.
No, but even like Men's Warehouse, I feel like even for bigger guys, I think that they just have the stock, and it's easier for them to cut it down. Even if you just go really big with it, it's easier for them to cut it down than I think to make it, a one situation. That's just my 2 cents. But I've never really heard of this dude, Kit Connor, that we're talking about now. And he's in the new movie Warfare that's coming out. That's got star-studded, military movie that looks crazy good. And I wanted to highlight him and Rami Malek, who looks like they're both traveling. And they both are wearing these really great jackets. I know Rami's is Prada because Ilaria styles him, and she had mentioned that as Prada on his end. But obviously, Kit's wearing a Carhartt piece that looks like it's been his for a long time, which I love. But in terms of travel, and I've just been traveling, and I always like to, for a jacket like this, you can't pack a jacket like these, right? So you have to either wear it on the plane or get creative with a jacket like this. But I'm always in need. I'm always thinking it's a good idea from wherever you're going, whether it's hot or cold, to bring something like this, just to kind of, I don't know, make you feel a little bit at home, having a staple piece like this from your closet. How are you? Like, are there?
How am I?
Yeah.
What is my strategy?
Yeah.
Because
What
I
is
was
your strategy with
hoping
it?
you would ask.
Yeah, please.
I typically stay here in LA, and I don't really travel much.
Okay.
But when I do, it's normally to a colder climate, the East Coast, during the holidays. So what I'll do is I'll get the jacket that I want to bring, but I won't put it on. I'll do that cool thing where you put it over your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then like the sleeves aren't in, so you just see like a hand peeking out with your luggage.
Okay.
Super high class.
Yeah. Especially if it's like a trench, like a coat situation. Yeah.
And it makes me feel better about going to my row 26B in the middle seat.
As long as you look good going all the way back. It's
exactly. And I think that there are someone recently was talking about it. Oh, Colin. When he travels, he tries to be comfortably styled or something is what he said. And there are so many brands nowadays, Aloe, Lululemon, even though I hate them, all these athleisure brands that make stretchy suits and like and dress pants. There's opportunity to dress yourself up but still be super comfortable, and it's awesome to have accents like jackets and even carrying something like a newspaper.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's a good, especially even having like a backpack that you put some of your personal stuff in. I what I like about Kit though too is like you can tell he could be on his way to like a press day situation. Like the trousers with like the nice undershirt. He's probably eventually going to take that Carhartt jacket off. But you know, a lot of like guys like to have something that is their own versus wearing all brand new things. And so yeah, I just wanted to highlight that because I think it's a great piece to have. These Carhartt jackets are like $80. Like they're so good. And I feel like even on like Etsy, eBay, wherever.
I was gonna say go to a thrift store and you'll get them for $5.
100%. Yeah. And then like they're worn in a little bit more and just have a little bit of age on them, and it only gives them a better look. So yeah, highly recommend that.
I love both of these looks. I would wear them in an instant.
Coming off of the White Lotus fame from this past season, and then also from being in Righteous Gemstones, we have Walton Goggins.
I haven't seen that. Is it a good movie?
Righteous Gemstones? Yeah. TV show.
Oh.
Very
I'm thinking
good.
about Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Great
Lots
movie.
of gems.
Yeah,
recently.
a lot of stuff. Both those great. Highly recommend. He's got great style. He's also probably so petite and will fit into anything and everything.
He looks like a cute little girly. He's a cute little guy.
He's got a great like sense of his own kind of style. He has
massive torso and super short legs.
I will say he's got a good architectural digest where you see his home in New York, upstate New York, which is really sweet. But I saw the GQ. I saw this image on GQ, and it was just the top part, and I was like, oh, this is a great travel look, or even, he could even be walking into a press day. I don't know, but I was praying that he was wearing some old beat up like Red Wing or some kind of boot, and then when I saw the full image, I was like, what is he like with the cuff with like these weird loafers that he's had for a while? What do you think about this look right here? So he's in like a beige trench coat, white button up shirt, unbelievably great faded jeans that look like they're from APC or some great jeans, and then some weird ass loafers. What do you think?
I wish I saw the top half just like you did.
Right, just like it was cut off at the knee. It was perfect.
So because those weird man, I don't know about cuffing pants. We have cuffing pants defenders that come on the show.
Yeah,
David especially.
Big cuffing pant guy. I haven't cuffed my pants in a while. I used to be a big cuffing pant guy. For whatever reason, right now I'm not. I haven't been cuffing my pants.
I was going to dinner last night, and someone was looking at me and went, hold on a second, and then went over to my pants, cuffed them up twice, and they were like, it's a lot better. And I walked out and I went, ew.
Also, the disrespect of them coming up to your pants and touching them. Like, what is happening? I hope it was just a good friend. That's a kick to the face, honestly. But
this is another miss. It's not a custom, but it's a miss.
No, but also like it's all pretty much there. Like you can tell like it's just his own style. He's had those shoes for a long time. But overall, like he's got good style. No hate on Walton Goggins. Keep doing what you're doing over there. But okay, so I wanted to go through real quick just some paparazzi stuff. We're about to end the show here. We talk a lot about these guys on the red carpet, and you don't really see them on a day-to-day basis. Okay, Bieber. I just wanted to throw out there the fact that like this is just the most absurd outfit I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say that I would wear that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. I could see you wearing all three of these outfits.
Yup.
And this is and I think this, but I'm saying that this more fits like your kind of like a little bit like a grungy style, a little bit, if that makes any sense. like when I saw Timothy in the left, he's in a wife pleaser, charcoal, interesting color wife pleaser, and then some black, really baggy, looked like almost not jorts, but like cargo shorts.
They're cargo
something.
shorts for sure.
Yeah, with like the studded belt all the way around, and almost like Rick Owens shoes.
They are Rick Owens shoes.
So when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's Sally's outfit.
Oh,
right.
I love that so much.
But I feel like this would look better on you because you have like the frame, you have the tattoos, you have that. This fits your look. I feel like this isn't.
He kind of looks a little drug addict.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks a little sketchy, right?
Yeah.
I would almost wish this was like his character in a movie or something like that.
With his, what is it, an Erewhon coffee?
Yeah, exactly. And then you have him at Coachella with like just a Nike shirt with probably the same looking shorts, boots, the hat. There's a weird. He's embracing the brat moment more than Lord is. You know,
Yeah.
she was on stage with Charlie.
Yeah, true. With his girl Kelly on his arm. Kylie, sorry.
How dare you?
Oh, I thought it was your wife. My bad.
We love you, Kylie. What Kylie's wearing is phenomenal. She should never do anything wrong. So just heads up there.
Did you see the most recent episode of the Kardashians?
Yeah, the season finale.
Where Chris is on the phone, or Kylie calls Chris and's like, "Are you sure I should go to the Academy Awards like this?
Yeah,
My tits are out."
Yep. Yeah,
So she does things that she does wrong sometimes, but
I love it. I love her.
not us, Kylie. Not
But
us.
yeah, but again with Bieber, I think we're there's something about like him being into golf or whatever. This is not a golf like outfit either way. It's a red button-up shirt with a vest and a bizarre bucket hat. I'm worried about it, man.
Oh,
I'm worried about it.
That's an understatement. He is all. There's this clip of him walking to dinner or something, and there's a paparazzi filming him from afar,
Yeah.
and he just walks the entire time, and he's side eyeing the paparazzi. This boy,
I feel bad for him, man.
I don't.
I feel bad for him.
His nose piercing sucks.
He and Haley they looked like they were all lovey-dovey at Coachella, so we're okay there.
He was paying her. She's a paid actor at this point.
Gosh.
So's the baby.
Okay. Oh my God, we're done.
Take
I'm
that,
done with the show.
TMZ, and
Thank
run
you.
with it.
This has been Manly Things.
Sorta.